Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the All Invitational Grand Finals. I am your host, Casey. With me, joining me today as a co-caster is Shazam Proof, and we're gonna getting into the match very shortly. It is Rhizer versus gotquail, the largest tournament in All Inspiration. $100 on the line. We saw $10 of that prize pool earlier go to Nicro. What do you have to say? What are your thoughts on this match, there, Tom?
I always thought gotquail was sort of dark horse, because really the only time we've seen him in this tournament he had to leave.
Sure.
And so to see his full potential. Definitely didn't expect him to take out Nicro. But yeah, let's see if he can do the same against the Rhizer here, who's definitely, I would say, the tournament favorite, especially since Technical left the clan.
Fair enough. That was unfortunate. I think he left right as we got into the Invitational, right?
He left as soon as he was about to kick me out, so I was able to make it up to the round of 8 because he gave walkovers to his group, which was very nice. It's 60-30. Yep.
Yeah, I am turning up volume. I have this thing where I love my volume really quiet, but I realize that nobody else can hear because I don't have these headphones that I have that do that to my own ears. So let me go ahead and I graze you a little bit more. All right, go ahead and say something for me, you beautiful human being.
I was trying to think of like a Spice Girls song, but like nothing was coming to mind.
So I don't think it's me versus you. We should.
I got a pocket full of sunshine.
No, I meant like in the lobby.
Ooh, did it finally go in? I
No.
was just waiting because gotquail was taking forever.
Oh, does he?
Right.
Oh, he's.
Pulling him out.
Oh, he's good. Oh, okay. No, we're good. We're good. That's just me jumping ahead. Give them a chance to pick their colors and set their races.
Rhizer's playing Terran for this tournament. It's factual. It's not true at all.
There you go.
But yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So out of everyone, I've actually in this tournament have played more games than Rhizer, and so what that means is Rhizer has beat his opponents a lot quicker than gotquail has. gotquail has played 22 matches. Rhizer's played. Oh, except I think someone forfeited against Rhizer.
So we did get a chance for mini games.
Oh, no, was that Nicro?
Oh man, the names are bleeding together.
See, I had to restart my computer. And I don't like doing that because then it gets rid of all my tabs. Because I'm somebody. It was Nicro.
You have the tabs all the way across.
Oh yeah.
Well, both players are ready.
Both players are. So let's get this thing underway.
I do want to keep talking about this, but I think we have like a nice 10-second countdown. Maybe more sexy loading screens ahead of us. So fun story. My Starcraft has forgotten my profile completely. I have no hotkeys. I have no video settings, and I can't get them back for some reason. I don't even have replays. All my replays are disconnected from wherever they need to be.
Yeah, that's okay. The game just came out, so I'm sure they'll get it fixed soon.
Yeah. Any second now. Right around the corner.
I'll get first one. You get second one.
Gotcha, boss.
All right. Let's see if I can go 1 for 1 on directions. All right. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have what some would say is the tournament favorite. We have our purple Protoss Rhizer.
And his opponent spawning in the top right-hand corner in the red, it is gotquail. Now, what is everybody's favorite so far has been Rhizer. What kind of play can we expect out of gotquail?
That's actually a pretty good question. I really wanted to take a look at his Nicro games, but I actually wasn't able to because I've been traveling. Let's see, and I think he actually. Let's see. Trying to see how long those games went. Yeah, sure. He was 50-50 against Nicro. Yeah, because they faced in the. That's right. That's what I was remembering. They actually did face in the qualifiers, and Nicro was able to beat him 2-1, but it looks like when it really mattered, they'd be 50-50. But yeah, it looks like gotquail got himself into the finals.
Well, he does have a cheerleader. Commander Cobb says, "Go gotquail." In the chat, it's good to have fans. Good to have people that trust you.
Yeah, I get cheerleaders all the time whenever I play. But yeah, it looks like pretty much the only other person he has dropped a game to, and I'm talking about gotquail here, is Grip, which actually someone who's Rhizer is gamer to against as well.
Sure.
So definitely, when it comes to these two, they are definitely quite ferocious. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Actually, yeah, throughout this whole tournament, Grip is the only person Rhizer has dropped a game against.
How many games did Rhizer drop?
Rhizer only dropped one. Ball dropped 4.
So 1 to 4, and those are okay.
5. He dropped 5.
Oh, okay.
He dropped 4 against Nycro, 1 against Grip. Rhizer never had to play Nycro this season.
So there's gotquail feeling comfortable enough for a pretty quick third hatch.
Ooh, that's sexy. That's a really early hatch. I'm never brave enough to do that.
You're not a brave boy?
I'm not a brave boy. Hashtag on it. But yeah, I always wait because I always feel, and this could be me just being stupid, until I see 1, 2, or 100. Now, granted, I guess he didn't see that there was 2 gateways right off the bat, so that's what a smart player would have done. But yeah, I'm not gonna, look at that. I'm just going to think that it's an adept all-in every single time, and then adjust afterwards.
It normally is, yeah.
Either that or it's Candice rush into carriers. If you just have Drumhead, you just beat it because that's what you do.
So talking about my settings, one of the wonderful settings here is my mouse is at a super low sensitivity. Mm-hmm. So I've had to I do have a nice big mouse pad, but I'm having to drag my mouse 2 to 3 feet across this mouse pad to make so this adjustment right here. 2 to 3 feet to there. I think I can almost make it over to the enemy base with one swipe of one half of my mouse pad. Thank you, Blizzard.
But so far, gotquail's gotten an excellent scout off. He was actually able to kill the adept that got only a couple of kills. They're pretty even on workers. That third base hasn't gotten too quick or to work too quickly for him, but
we are seeing a small gateway explosion as well.
So let's see what we got here. This is quite interesting.
And one thing I have been a fan of gotquail is this information gathering, and we can see Overlord was in a good spot over here. He got Overlord speed nice and early, moving his Overlords across the map pretty ferociously. Even got Lings to see that there's not a third base. Nice and close. Nice and close to these adepts here, and there he goes. He's going to see this going down. Or he's going to know it's going down.
Yeah, so I'm assuming this Dark Shrine is just going to be for some Archon droppage. I don't think he's going to... Actually, that's a hallucination. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, Rhizer's pulling out some fun tricks.
I like...
Oh, wait, but he knows it's fake, so why is he following it? Okay, I guess, they're easy enough to kill as it is, but there are the 4 DTs. I'm assuming, yep, there are the Archons.
Yep. We've seen a bit of this play in almost every single ZVP series in the All Invitational. This is very popular, although I gotta imagine very intense. And you like that pickup right at the instant they finish transforming, they're in there and they're moving across the map.
I don't like it at all. It makes me feel bad. But I also never build a Roach Warrant because I'm bad.
We do have some movement on the map. So while this is going on, a lot of Lings. Yeah, really getting that coverage. Maybe some pre-positioned locations. Yeah,
with the roaches, one of the things that you hear Artosis talk about is just getting a safety roach warrant. So if there's any early pressure, I mean, of course, roaches go downhill in the later game, but they just utterly stop pretty much all forms of aggression if if you know how to use them even just a little bit.
Yeah, they're so good when you need them to be.
Ooh, those are queens. Those are queens in that Overlord leaving the natural. So it looks like he is okay. Look at these Overlord drops. That layer tech is not going to slow him down. I'm going to assume he's either going to use these as a distraction or he's just going to use. Oh wow, 3 more to make it 4 shield batteries going down at the natural. This is or not the natural. Excuse me, the third.
Can't stop me, Patch.
This is wow. This is quite the attack.
We still actually have these Archons on this side of the map while he's putting this pressure down. And you can see the Overlord going behind the enemy lines there.
Oh, he's trying to get the Warp Prism. The Queens are dying. It's oh, he gets it.
Oh, he does.
But all the defenses are really got. Oh, he actually recalls them.
Ooh.
Defense.
Trying to handle this push now as gotquail goes up the ramp. Ravagers, Roaches, Lings, knocking out some pylons. Those Biles going to make some fantastic connections. Moving in. A lot of Immortals, though, on the field. They're going to do a lot of damage to this push. Archon's coming up from the rear. That recall actually to the third base to come and try to sandwich this army. And it looks like this army is going to get cleaned up. And Rhizer is going to sustain 33 probe deaths with that attack.
Actually, like, so... Oh, he's actually going to get
lost 2 queens.
That's probably, lost
in the main base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those 4 shield batteries actually were torturing those Lings as they were trying to kill those workers. They just weren't having it. But 34 workers, that's definitely no laughing matter. I mean, the one thing I will say is that gotquail did lose the third.
Yep.
Did stop at 40 drones, so it's not like he has a monumental lead, but he definitely did some economic damage.
There you go, wide open wall. He's gonna split his. Nope, pull him back.
Yeah, I think he just wants to keep this army back as much as he can. That way, give himself some time to drone up. So right now they're pretty even on workers.
Sure.
So I think that attack did, pretty much all but reset. The only thing is, I mean, when you're behind bases to a Protoss, that's never a good thing.
No. Especially now when, well, I mean, this nice early aggression. I like it. I like that, but it seems like he definitely just evened up the fight. And he needs to start either droning up, I think, or committing to something. And it looks like, as I say the word commit, he's moving across the map. But this isn't necessarily the fight I want to take. That is a scary Protoss army. And he's going to throw away a couple of Ravagers, as I say that are just going to march into it.
Yeah, he does have some Lings in the natural, though.
Ooh, continue getting harassment done.
Anything, it's, killing a couple of workers. But yeah, this is definitely interesting. And his army's on the opposite side of his base where Rhizer's going to attack.
Looks like he's going to lose. He may lose his 4th here. Oh, there he's got the Banelings, as I say this.
That's a lot of Banelings.
And +2, plus you just finished up. The upgrade advantage is vastly in Rhizer's favor.
Let's see. Okay, he is going to try to save this base.
Ooh, great shields as those Banelings. Oh, that is disgusting. Immortal's doing a lot of work there.
Yep, and the base goes down.
And another round of warp ends as Zealots hit the field.
It looks like this one's getting close to over. Rhizer has a slight worker lead, more bases, and there it goes.
GG.
That was definitely a nice attack, but Rhizer was able to hold on and push back and essentially push him all the way to his death.
That was good. That was good, strong, solid play. I like that he held off the attack. He actually lost a lot of probes in the process. Was still able to pull together a solid army and take that first game.
That's definitely one of the hard things to sort of figure out is when to pull your probes so that you're not sort of hurting yourself for the late game, and when you actually need to pull them to survive. It's definitely a very delicate balance.
So, thank you, Boo Bradley, for the host. I much appreciated. Glad everybody could come in and tune in for these. We call them grand finals here of the All Invitational Season 13. And thank you, Shazampu, for not only hanging out with me here and being my co-caster, but for running this whole thing, putting this together. I don't think enough kudos are given to you each time.
Mwah.
There he
I
is.
would say less kudos than rage, but hey, it's all expected. But yeah, game number 2 is on Acid Plant. I would say another, pretty standard map. I don't, know too many complaints about this. But yeah, in the upper left-hand corner, we have our purple Protoss Rhizer.
And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner, the Rhizer gotquail.
All right, so let's see. So the one thing I like about this map more than Catalyst is that those actual little pillars that your overlords sit on aren't actually completely visible from the high ground, so your stalkers don't just shoot the overlord away right away.
Okay.
You can actually get a little bit of information. But it looks like gotquail is sending him right over to that pillar, and Rhizer is gearing up for the early expand as he is ahead 1-0.
We go about our best of 7. He needs 3 more games to close this out. Still anybody's match.
Actually, if I recall, against his match against Nitro, he won the last 2 games to close out the deal. So Nitro hit match point before he did, but he was able to claw his way back.
That's good. It's good to know you can still come back from some of these things. It's intimidating, those reverse all kills, especially in a best of 7 format. We really don't want to be put in that position.
Oh God, no. Especially against, if your opponent has any variety of builds, it's terrifying.
We did see earlier in the 3rd place match, Nitro actually went with a complete lack of variety. Just had way too much on the doorstep every single time in those matches.
Yeah, Nitro is definitely another beast. But yeah, there's so far nothing, macroing up, pool, normal time, gases, normal time. Once again, Rhizer not going for double gateways for the early adept harass. He's, content with, just using really more an adept for scouting information. And, yeah, he got 2 drone kills last time. But we'll see.
Commander Cobb with the cheerleading says, "Come on, Ray, you got this." I believe in his power. Let's lend him your power, Commander Cobb.
Believe it. Yeah, it looks like this overlord is just saying hello, hi, what's going on? It looks like he's building more adepts, not choosing to shoo away that overlord just yet. But he is choosing to build his tech on the low ground, I'm assuming because that overlord is right there. And he knows most likely the overlord is going to scout the whole main base before going back down to check, so he can hide that Twilight Council a little bit longer.
It's a good hide. It wouldn't make me nervous with the early pylons, but he does feel comfortable with the information he's got, I guess, on the other side of the map, that he's not going to have any instant pressure to deal with. What?
Yeah, looks like he's, staying away from Stargate.
There's that robotics facility. Now, which is something that I understand that Protoss feel they need is Stargate openers.
Yeah, I'm not sure since the patch and it got switched to layer tech, which I didn't realize until I was in a game trying to do that build. That was bad. And it looks like he actually gets in here, or Rhizer does, and he sees that the layer is done. No 3rd base. This is, actually great information for Rhizer. And it finally goes down. But I would say probably a little bit less now, because you really needed, oracles and phoenixes just deal pretty well with lanes and lane drops.
Mm-hmm.
They can shoo away the overlords, and even though it's the last thing a Protoss wants to do, you know, oracles can kill zerglings pretty quickly.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of like any other like early game unit that does it quite as well. I mean, even like zealots or adepts. I mean, the amount that one oracle can kill is a whole lot more than any sort of, you know, the same, you know, mineral and gas counts as adepts can.
Sure.
But yeah, this is definitely okay. Third base is going up. Okay, it looks like this might be an early Hydralisk timing.
We do have. I don't know if you saw the Dark Shrine sitting on the side, so we could see this Archon drop again. But really, I would just send in the Dark Templars at the moment. Oh, never mind. There is the Overseer. So excuse me.
Oh man, that Sentry has an Overlord kill. I tickled it all the way to its death. But yeah, would be definitely interesting.
Looks like he's gonna juggle some Dark Templar. Ooh, good transfuse there. One queen going down.
Oh.
Hydralisks are on the way. You got to get that Warp Prism out of there.
Yeah, looks like that's all he's doing is focusing that Warp Prism. Looks like it will get away in time. Oh no. When noises are the only commentary you can do, because things are getting a little too close.
That's a lot of really expensive units, and a lot of really momentum for Rhizer, especially in the last game. Keeping those Archons on the other side of the map was a significant portion of his damage, but with Hydralisk maneuvering this quickly, already closing in on this Warp Prism, he's going to have to get the thing out of there.
I will say, where are those Overseers? Uh-oh. They're the Overseers.
There they are, yep. Not a unit with a lot of hit points.
Momentum gone, too.
Ooh.
Oh, he does get one of them.
Small mistake, small micro mistake there by gotquail.
Yeah, if he got all... I mean, I guess he could have just warped more in. I mean, you really got to kill that Warp Prism, but it's so annoying to try to move out of your base and just to know that threat lingers. But it looks like he is going to slowly work his way back, or is he trying to spot these Hydras moving out? That Warp Prism is...
Oh, man, it is such a... What was the threat? Risk taker? Risk seeker? Mm-hmm. This is the kind of Warp Prism and Dark Templar that go skydiving.
Yeah, like a thrill-seeking...
Thrill-seeking, that's what I'm looking for, thrill-seeking.
Okay.
Risk Seeker? No.
Yeah, Risk Seeker.
That's a thing.
No,
And
He plays on you are. Wait, did he get it?
He did. He got it right at the third. Oh, he tried to pull more DTRS.
Rocks go down. Yeah, is he going to go in for the natural, or is he going to go straight to the third?
And this is always interesting, is this wall is great in the early game, but now it's preventing his army from really getting out there and defending. There's only one shield battery. He's going to lose some important tech here with these pokes, unless he can find himself in a good position. It is. Ooh, storms. That's what we're missing. So.
Yeah, almost like... Ooh!
Oh, you see all that red health, all that yellow health. The Immortals are coming out. More storms. Zealots on the way. Morphing into Archons as actually Sentry and Immortals look like they're going to clean this up. Link's coming in for support. He's going to have to back up, not overextend. 9 probes going down as actually Lings were attacking the third up there where this attack was going on.
Yeah, I don't think with the Archons here he's not going to be able to do the damage he wants with just Lings and Hydras. And it looks like gotquail is on the retreat, but I'm looking back at his base and not seeing a lot.
Yeah, well,
not seeing a lot of units. I'm seeing a whole bunch of drones transfer, but
I am seeing 67 workers. I'm seeing an absolute economy lead here, especially with those 9 workers taken out from Rhizer's third base. I think he's doing really well for himself right now. I think gotquail's in a fantastic position as long as he stays on the right tech. But this is actually a well-timed out move. These rocks kind of getting in the way here, as I think Rhizer wants his army on the other side of the map as quickly as possible.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting. Oh, and of course, that little bit of delay that base goes down. There's no way that base is going to survive. And to be honest, okay, Mutalisks. I mean, to be fair,
he sees it.
Yeah, the only thing in this army that hits air are the Archons, but those are quite the... Oh, he's going to get
not even cancel.
No, yeah, that's rough.
I got Quill backing up some minerals, though.
Somehow. Ooh.
Take a look at the unit count, 12 larvae.
He's going to get the Warp Prism. He's focusing it. And he does get it.
Oh. Good storms going down. Mutalisk coming in from behind, but... those Archons going down quickly.
He needs to... there's another Archon that just formed, and that's going to be
14 drones. GG!
Yep.
Rhizer takes game number 2.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough units on the field. I mean, he had the drones, but just didn't have enough time for that tech switch. You know, I was hoping that Rhizer would stay back a little bit, but fortunately, Rhizer sniffing it out.
Yep.
And
just taking just long enough for his Warp Prism to get across the map, try to maintain a little bit of pressure and close it out. Well, game number 3 will be Catalysts.
I wrote these all down. And an orange Sharpie.
So
that was the only writing utensil I found.
Rhizer's got some momentum, and gotquail has been probably hearing nothing but Rhizer's praise consistently leading up to this event. Commander Cobb down here says can't come back from 0-2 until you're down 0-2. I like this guy. Commander Cobb, I like you.
Oh, man, that's funny. All right, both of them are ready. Don't want to delay. Reverse sweep is best sweep.
It is best sweep.
But yeah, they still got plenty of time. Or by they, I mean gotquail. I will say, I'm sure, you know, Nightcrow, because Nightcrow is definitely feeling it too.
Sure.
But, you know.
Well, you know, I guess what I'm saying is, how do you stay positive? You got to everybody's telling you that this is, you know, you're going to get your butt kicked, and then you start getting your butt kicked.
Yeah, I don't know. There's I think if he snags that first one, like when I was playing Exiled, you know, my goal was to come out with one game,
right,
one win, and I was able to come out with 2, and it felt great.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows, right? I guess it's sort of your mindset when you're going into things. I mean,
do any of these players tilt quite like you do?
No.
Okay.
There's no way, because they're way better than I am, and that's how you get better. Is you actually, that's a very sneaky drone. Yeah, he's morphing his third. So he's going to have proxy hatch in his third base. But no, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I feel like, you know, that the rage level would go down as you get better, but Avilo has showed me that that's not the case.
Sure.
Who knows? Maybe these players have lost keyboards.
You think that's at this point, do you think that's still an act, or do you think that's real?
I don't know. I mean, if I was as lonely as him, maybe.
Ooh,
we don't
need to pick on.
This is very interesting because Rhizer, this is the first time he sent a probe.
Okay.
And there the hatch goes down in the third, right? So I guess, you know, the fact that he sees that he's down 0-2.
He's trying to fake a second there.
He has a little wiggle room.
He's got to know now. He's got to know that second was faked.
Yep, and there the drone even comes back. And he's like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? He's going to go back down and see that there's no drone.
Now, his preparation for this, his response, is really what's going to drive this. So let's take a look around here. We still only have one gate down. I imagine we're going to see some shield batteries.
Checks there, sees no third.
Yep.
And the Lings are going across the map. Oh, nope. They're chasing after the probe.
He's going to see this.
Yeah, and there it is. He now figured it out. Yep. Right there. And he didn't even show that he sees it. Although I'm sure gotquail, you know, getting this far in the tournament is not dumb and figures that Rhizer probably already knows what's going on.
Absolutely.
So Dark made this work, and I'm pretty sure when he made it work, I forget who he was playing, knew that what was going on. So we'll see if gotquail can do the same thing.
Looked like for a second there he wanted to burrow. but that would definitely be the wrong hatch to put it down on. Some queens and roaches starting to come out here now. I see shield battery, another gateway, and a robotics facility. Definitely need the immortals here. But these stalkers can get some good damage done as long as you're only getting one roach or ravager at a time.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a little bit of a nuisance. The one thing is warp gate only halfway done, and he just got his second warp gate. What is it? What are they called? A gateway. That's what they're called.
They're called
warp gates.
Oh.
But yeah, so he can only really produce 2 units at a time. So we'll see. I mean, he does have the 3 stalkers.
Just constant queen production is going to give him a lot to work with here, especially with. Nope. There's one Ravager cocoon.
Oh man, that's
just missed it, and he comes out full health. He doesn't even get injured from the cocoon.
He did just lose one though.
One roach going down. He's trying to chase that second roach. Looks like he's putting himself in even a little bit of worse position. Almost losing that stalker. Coming back for the shield battery though. I love that. Like recharge, refuel up. But that shield battery's kaput for quite a bit. 5 Ravagers, 2 Queens, more roaches on the way.
The one thing that I will say is the Immortal's great, but they actually don't get any bonus against Ravagers.
Sure.
But I don't think he's really going to need it. I think with all these stalkers, he was able to snuff it out.
Yeah.
Yep,
there's the GG.
Too many units.
Once this push doesn't start to... I guess what I'm thinking, we need to start... banter, this one. That cheese needs to start having a greater effect earlier, and he was slowly starting to peter out. He was losing too many Ravagers. There were too many units in response. It wasn't enough of a surprise, and I think it was really came down to that. It really came down to that second scout from the probe. The probe decided to come back and take a second look. Maybe a fake third hatchery down in the natural.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a probe scout at all, I mean, that's way more difficult to figure it out. But that's sort of the precautions that you can take when you're up, 2-0.
Yeah, his spider sense right there, tingling.
Looks like both are ready again, and we're on to the fourth game, which is actually, I think, on the most interesting map, which could in fact inspire. We're at Biogenesis.
Biogenesis, where that strategy would have worked a little better.
Where you have your Steps of War map of the season.
You got to have one, and I mean even this one's not as bad. But take it away, boss.
Yeah, it looks like we have Rhizer starting in the bottom right-hand corner this time. Still going with that purple power Protoss. It's worked for the first 3 games. Maybe it'll work out for the 4th and final game.
In the top left-hand corner, his opponent in the blue, the Zerg, gotquail. And this is where the reverse all kill comes in.
And there you go. But yeah, so let's see if, gotquail, see if he has something planned specifically for this map. I mean, this is usually where those builds come to fruition. I would say if I'm Rhizer, if it ain't broke, don't break it.
If it ain't broke, don't break it. I like it.
If it ain't broke, don't break it.
I thought if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right, but it's all about branding, right? And you can't say what everybody else says. You gotta be different.
I'm on board.
Right?
I'm on board.
So once again, he's sending out that scout. Doesn't look like he's changing up his game plan at home too much. Nope. But yeah, he's just checking, make sure, goes, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, bud?
Yep. Fast spawning pool, not necessarily aggression, and there goes the natural. Definitely a base where I see a lot more delayed hatch.
Mm-hmm. Definitely
a map. Yeah.
Rhizer is just sticking to his standard wall in. Actually, no, he went double. He did 2 gates.
He went 2 gates. This is again, this is a map where you kind of need that. And really, what I've seen out of all the Protoss is they get this probe over here, and then they decide what that second building is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
In a PVZ at least. And is it safe to expand? Do I need a wall first?
Yeah, and before Rhizer's been chronoing out adepts, but okay, he hasn't yet.
He hasn't actually expanded either.
Units. Checks the 3rd, sees that there's no hatch there. There's 2 of them. Okay, he's chronoing those out, but still no expansion.
Yep, maybe just a bit of I wouldn't even say miscontrol.
would you say in control?
Out of control.
And his amazing wife, who's
I think we got to stop talking about his wife all the time.
me. That's you.
I'm a fanboy, and Prosser Robinson is a pretty fantastic person for the community. Yep. So
And
2 adepts across
like,
the map.
they don't get in time. I mean, I will think these adepts. He's gonna hope that this pylon will stop it, but these 2 adepts, they're out right now.
There we go.
And oh wait,
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, one
Nope.
one ling and what's that? 40 health.
left.
Yeah. You get a couple drones on the other side actually. Roach is coming out just in time to push away and prevent game-ending damage, but 7 drones is 7 drones.
That's now Rhizer's at double the worker count. So this is bad.
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, getting a pylon might have done something, but he threw 4 lings away. Had nothing across the map. But Roach is starting the march.
Yeah. I wonder if
this is
go for Ravagers or anything.
This is just something that he has to defend. Oh,
Right,
there we go.
and he's not building any more workers. So the fact that he just lost 7 is pretty terrible. So we're gonna see if this either works or it doesn't right here.
Yep, it's a lot of damage going down actually. That shield battery already depleted. One stalker goes down. Those adepts were out of place too. They passed right by. They only ran into a couple of lings. They weren't in position to help out these stalkers. There's the other pylon. There's GG.
One off, and there it is. So it looks like the beginning of the reverse sweep is here. Those 7 drones, not enough, and it looks like we got a little bit more of a series to play out here, boys.
John says, "Oh no, the in control pylon." I started hearing that in the GSL. Them calling it the in control pylon. Wow, the misdirect there.
Yeah, see, that's the power you have as like a constant caster. You can change Idra's name. You can turn a meme against somebody else.
Yep. You start calling Maru Mary.
Oh man. Oh, come on. There we go.
Tassos always call it that. Oh, they do. He does. It sounds like he does not. He just doesn't like the Artosis pylon, and who can blame him?
I don't know. And for those, I guess they can't see. I just make myself referee as sort of like an ego thing. Gotquail says, "Thanks for letting me have one."
We are going to go into game number 5 now on Backwater Ellie. This is my Louisiana map. I like this one.
I will say, I find like sort of a bio and these 2, I find them like the most interesting. It's kind of weird of where they put them. They put the 3, I think, most like basic maps.
Yeah.
And then they just saved all the weird ones for last. It's like nobody wanted to play them. But yeah, in the bottom right-hand corner, once again, we have Rhizer. Actually, has Rhizer won when he's been on the right-hand side?
Is that what we're doing now? We're getting into...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he has. I had to go back through. But yeah, you got to come up with, terrible statistics.
Let's see, top left-hand corner, his opponent in the red, taking his first game and beginning his reverse all-kill. Gotquail. Now,
imagine if Commander Cobb is right, and like he's just like we find out that like he's just a future seeing gypsy, and he's just like he doesn't even really have internet. This is just
mind,
which is just inbred. It's intercommunicating with his mind, even on a computer. It's all making sense now.
That would be if I had to pick a superpower. I think that would be mine. Maybe not. Like it's between that and the the Wolverine regeneration, right? But instant computer linkage, I could handle that.
Playing Starcraft with your mind.
I could just get angry and DDoS my opponent. Masters.
Oh, that'd be great. And like it'd be impossible for anyone to catch you. I mean, it'd be very coincidental.
Right, man. All of his opponents just keep getting DDoSed. And you don't make it big, right? You got to DDoS everybody. And just also happens to align with yours.
Oh, man. That probe stealing some minerals. No, now if this game goes super, super late, gotquail will have 5 minerals left and we'll lose.
I would love that to be a thing, like in a game. Oh my god, if he had those 5 minerals, his queen would have come out 1 second faster. Or you need to make one more probe to win the game, and all the bases are mined out. You're 5 short.
And you have 45 minerals.
45 minerals.
But yeah, it looks like Rhizer's going back to his old ways, chrono boosting out that first adept and seeing, scouting with it. And it looks like gotquail is going to keep his zerglings at home.
Looks we have. There we go. There's this Twilight Council. I love this. Like, to me, this has become like watching all this PvZ, the PvP. It's just like the hidden tech. Where's the tech path go? And it's always this pylon right behind the main, but tucked away from the wall. That's where you look. If you want to know what they're doing, you go here. God forbid anybody puts it in a weird place that you don't expect.
Yep, and this Overlord is coming in. And it looks like it's on pathway to see that Twilight. But that Sentry has something to say about it. And it's going to...
really slowly.
It's thickly.
Bzz, bzz.
Oh, man, look at all that health go away.
Was he...
Actually, I mean, he might...
I think he's going to get it.
This ramp is going to...
It's going to be... It's right here. It's right here.
Yeah, that ramp. I think if he wasn't at that ramp, he wouldn't have seen. But I think gotquail.
Yeah, he's seen that. My buttons are gone, so I don't know where my camera buttons are. But
he did technically see all the buildings, but I'm not sure if he was able to tell that that's a dark shrine.
Oh, that's fair. Even I wasn't looking. Actually, Robotic Facility, Dark Shrine, Twilight Council, all going down back here. You can have all the tech. Oh, quick infestation pit though.
So it better be swarm hosts.
2 base hive. Roach war. Actually, infestation pit going down before the roach warren.
Wait, is this the wagon build? No, because he's building queens at his.
Yeah, no. This looks like Nidus Worm.
Yeah, no, it's got to be.
Which we do have a overseer being morphed in here for. Oh, there we go. Warp prism actually going across the map. So this could be a little bit of a back and forth. Does he stay at home to defend? Does he get the vision with the Nidus Worm where he wants it? But this overseer actually queued up with the army, so he doesn't really have that Nidus Worm vision.
The Phoenix definitely sees it.
Yep.
Oh, man. Always so sad. There are some swarm hosts.
There we go. Yeah, there it is. gotquail was, looks like he was sending that overseer backwards on accident, so he's not going to quite be in a position to pop that out. We do have a spotting sentry now in position that he's seen the Nidus Worm. And a warp-in of, DTs. Archons. Swarm hosts.
I'm really curious. So, 4 swarm hosts, definitely not an accident.
Sure.
These queens, let's see if he's paying attention.
Oh!
Okay, so that did get denied. He's going to be sad to find out when he doesn't have a third if he send those over there.
Yeah. They're not a very fast-moving unit.
Oh, so a little bit more of a conservative one. Oh, look at that.
1 swarm host.
Just popping out 2 to see if he has a third. Sees that he doesn't, and so now they're going to beeline over here. And, they're going to
get some damage done. There we go. 3, 4, 5, 6 probes for free. 7 probes for free.
This is definitely an interesting build.
Now he's got the queens on the ramp. I've seen this before. We've seen this in the All Invitational. There it is. Oh, that's a great pick.
But what I will say is, I don't know. The gotquail might just lose to this army. Like, if he keeps him back, but I don't think he has enough to sort of...
Well, we have 9 probes gone. We have his army, his swarm host in 2 positions. This is going to be about control. I mean, there are 6 queens there. Transfuses for days. 6, 7 queens now.
Transfuses no longer for days.
No longer.
They all get feedback, but yeah.
That's actually good. I don't see feedback on Queens very
Oh,
often.
he might get the Twilight. Oh, he gets not the Twilight. He gets the Templar. That's huge. But here comes that push out that I'm not sure if he's going to be.
Got to run away. Getting into the Nest Swarm going down. Getting a couple extra Swarm hosts. And these Overseers.
On the other Nidus.
Oh, nice. They're still there. They're still an army.
So will he attack again, or what's the plan? Because Rhizer's going across the map.
Yep, and his units aren't there. We might get into a base trade, and I don't think Swarm hosts win a base trade.
Yeah, this is not like this. Unless, he can run his stuff into Nidus.
I mean, ideally, he wants Rhizer to come back. But Rhizer looks committed. And he's got the army to be committed. He just comes in here. There we go. Gets the Infestation Pit. Swarm host actually already back. That's the thing about the Nest Swarm. They even surprised me. I looked up the hill.
But how long do they have left?
Before they can morph.
A little bit of time.
There it is.
Couple.
Well, I mean, it's going to be...
Ooh, this is so close. This is so close.
They can't attack. Just a couple at a time won't do it. He needs mass. There we go. That will push him back. But at what cost? At what damage?
Yeah, they jumped down too early. Oh, he morphs the Archon.
I like that save. I like that he's getting out of here. 14 drones have been killed. The natural is gone. And his army's kind of walking away for free. Gets to come back in. Just a couple more locusts to take care of. And these swarm hosts are very vulnerable.
Yeah, once again, gotquail is behind Rhizer and workers. Let's see. It looks like it needs opting
and there's the GG.
So that does it. Definitely an interesting game. A lot of just half sentence commentary.
We're just making noises. What's going on?
Well, yeah, it looks like that actually does it. So it's definitely some interesting games. But Rhizer takes it for the second season in a row. He takes it 4-1.
$60 first place for Rhizer. $30 gotquail. He can't feel bad about that. I think that puts him in the top 100 winners of Starcraft professional gaming. Right?
Especially this year.
Not a lot of money in Starcraft. That's the joke. But
unless you come to All In, so everybody come to All In.
It's true.
Where the fun people hang out.
That being said, what's on the future? What's on the future for tournaments there, Tom?
Yeah. So before we go to the next All Invitational, I've been hatching out some ideas for some either one day or weekend tournaments to sort of play out. Maybe some tournaments for some lower level players because I know sometimes people don't like losing to Rhizer all over and over and over again. So we'll just create some tournament rules to keep them out. But some of my ideas, of course, the winner would get some money, but I'm also sort of working in a way to sort of, see if we can get some people some, thanks for showing up money. So that will be on the horizon. I'm looking to get that hashed out not too long from now. But I don't have exact dates, but that's sort of my plan.
Well, you want to jump down with me to other games in All Inspiration and see if we can't talk to Rhizer. Or General, I guess, yeah.
A, B, C. All right, so I'm gonna leave this call.
Yep. Hello and congratulations, Rhizer.
Thanks.
How do you feel right now?
Feel pretty good. It was kind of scary. The last 2 or 3 games, he really stepped up.
What was going through your head with some of that aggression?
Really, I just had to figure out a way to how to get to his side, because that's how you deal with Swarm host. But then he sent my War Prism as soon as out of my natural. I got really flustered at that point.
The one game you actually, you know what? I want to go back to the proxy hatch. At what moment did you know something was up?
Yeah, how lucky, or I guess maybe it wasn't luck, but how thankful were you that you said, you know what, I'm up 2 games, I'm gonna probe scout.
I don't know, I've always pro scout. Just I always like to play it safe, and I saw the gas was late, so I knew there was something funky coming up. I checked the natural, and I feel like I saw a drone come down, and then I saw never expand. So then I checked the third, and as soon as I saw there was nothing there, and there's nothing in the natural, I knew there had to be a proxy hatch. It was still a bit late, even though I pro scouted. But I handled it pretty well.
Yeah, the nice being able to chrono boost out those stalkers and everything like that, just, you know.
Yeah, stalkers are super strong now.
Yeah, especially, you know, because, I mean, if you get, you know, adepts or, you know, anything, I would say because you would probably get adepts more usually in that situation if you didn't know it was coming. But, you know, just having that information, you know, it's always a good thing.
Do you think the patch helped you in this tournament, in the series? The most recent one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it. I always hated going Stargate, and I always loved the DT drop. I could probably go back to it, but I do see myself going pretty greedy all the time, but just a lot more catering to my playstyle.
Okay, that makes sense, right? You know, it's, you know, usually when a patch is, you know, better or worse for your race, it's not really better or worse for your race, it's better or worse for your playstyle.
Yeah.
Ever since, you know, mutas have sort of been taken out of commission. That's why I'm not Grandmaster. That's my excuse.
That is.
But because, and sort of what I was sort of saying during the cast, which I was sort of talking out of my butt, but one of the main reasons you kept on having to go Stargate is because of potential for link drops. Is that correct? Just because you need something to deal with it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, because if you know, if you went Robo and they are link dropping, you're done. Because you know, you had to defend. You know, the way you sort of defend with Robo is you have that wall in the front. But if that wall in the front doesn't matter, then you're sort of, you know, dead in the water.
Yeah, with the new patch, somehow my PvZ win rate dropped. I think just because I'm playing too greedy. I'm having a lot of fun with it, so it's fine.
So
that's right. That's always, you know, the good advice is, you know, play whatever you want, just have fun with it.
True, yeah.
As long as you're winning, it's not fun to lose, right? if you were David Kim for a day, what changes would you make to StarCraft right now?
Delete the Widow Mine.
Okay. All right. So right now we're going to start a poll, or what are they? A changeme.org.
Changeme.org.
There you go. Petition's the word I was looking for, to get Rhizer to be game balancer for a day. I think we could all support that.
Game balancer for a day. Now, why the Widow Mine? And would you compensate Terran with anything?
Nope, not compensate at all because they're very strong.
Yeah, so you take away the Widow Mine and give them a tier 1 unit that hits air and ground and is viable all game.
Who would that be?
Oh wait, they already have that. Sorry.
Yeah, change.org there. Well, any last words you want to say to everyone listening? We actually have a decent audience here.
Fuck Lenny. That's pretty much it.
Hashtag fuck Lenny.
Do you stream anywhere, Rhizer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just twitch.tv/Rhizer.
See? That's that name brand recognition right there.
You gotta get those shoutouts.
I even have there we go. I have a new command for that. You're good.
Oh wow. Oh, that is fancy.
So Tom, you have the power to do that. All my mods do, yeah.
Support.
Here it is. What's he putting in here?
Damn it. That was for you, Sig, but I don't know how to spell it.
Well, thank you, Rhizer. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for hanging out. I think I'm going to keep streaming. You think there's a home, or do you think there's a desire for a? We haven't done it in a while. A Google Hangout and StarCraft games.
Yeah, we could maybe, you know, play some arcade games. But first, you know, I just want to thank all the players for participating in the tournament.
Yep. And
hope to see you all guys next season. But yeah, we can definitely, you know, I was eating and I was trying to eat before the stream started, but I did not eat during the cast.
There is pizza, like, it's been sitting next to me for like 20 minutes. So I'm feeling your pain. Let me close out the YouTube video and then we'll talk. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Like, subscribe, leave nasty comments down below. Tell me I suck at this, whatever you want to do. I'm just glad you're watching. Say again?
Make fun of Casey's nose.
Fake. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. But that being said, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Go play some StarCraft.